Yeah, no, this is tough. So you're recording now. I'm going to stop that until you're ready to start to me.
We're going to start this sitting to order. Let's do the pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, here we go. Public comment. Greg, you're on.
You really don't want to hear it. Whatever. It's the same thing that I've had for the last years. Some stuff on the roads. I've got a road right off of Jackson Park, goes down the hill to Thomas's wooden bridge. Riprap on both sides. And no guardrail on them things. And if anybody goes off in them fields, the county's gonna get sued.
Where
I mean,
is this?
Thomas lives up on top of the hill. Where you come down 5th Street, turn right or left, go to the sewage plant or Walmart. You just go across the road down that hill.
Just if you didn't stop, it just went straight.
Yep, it's just a wooden bridge with wood planks. And you know, sooner or later it's got to be replaced. It's not wide enough. It's enough for one car. There's nothing on there to keep anybody from going off. You come down each side on both sides. There's big holes, cave holes. Now, you know, this isn't the first time. I would tell them every year about it. And then Sheridan Road down there by Jenkins. There's a gas line runs along that bridge. No cover over the gas lines. And that bridge has got to be replaced sooner or later. I mean, it's being undermined too. There's not much of them. I noticed the county's gone around and put signs up on all these, you know. But there again, there's enough room for one vehicle to get across.
Can you come here and look at this? Is this where this is 6th Street, I guess?
Right.
Ravenhill. Is this
This
the road
road
we're talking
right
about?
there is the bridge.
This one right here?
Yep.
And the bridge is probably here.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Where's the other one?
The other one's on Sheridan Road. 262nd and Sheridan. I've been in hold of the gas company there, but that line is only like a foot under the ground. 262nd.
54. I'm going the wrong way.
Going the wrong way. Scotty, Tokyo.
Well, is the gas line more the gas responsibility than the county's, or?
Well, if that thing ever gets replaced, they got to do something with that gas line. And up there by where, you know, where LaBelle Wolf lives,
Yeah.
It's only 10 inches under the ground.
Mm.
I covered it over and moved the ditch over because I'm afraid my road grader man hits it. You know, it's a 2.5 inch line.
I don't know which one 262nd is.
Come around behind Kilkenny's there.
66.
Yeah, you got it right there. Right there. See where it intersects? It's right. The creek runs down through there. It's a big creek.
And the bridge is where? Right here?
Yeah. Let's see. Right. Yeah, that's it, because she comes out, so it's right there in that ditch. I mean, they talked about that bridge before, but then some of my people living in the township, they call about it. Well, the excuse they give them is there's not enough tax base in our area to worry fixing that stuff. And I thought
They shouldn't be
all
saying
tax
that.
dollars go in a pool will take care of everybody.
I don't know who's saying that, but they shouldn't be saying that.
Well, I'm not gonna say who says it, but I've heard it from both different guys. I mean,
They've been talking to the Road and Bridge Superintendent.
then one of them they call. I mean, they don't call me. That's the story that I get. And then another road that's got to be fixed is where Max Wentz lives down there, the low water crossing. You can't get across it.
I
went
think
down there.
Matt and Mark Service had to talk about that, and they come up to some kind of agreement what they're going to do. I think Mark gave them some rock to temporary till they can fix it.
There ain't nothing in there because I went down there to blade it with the tractor, and you can't even
That's
get
right
to
south when you cross the bridge by the quarry, correct? Yeah.
It's got like
Undermined.
It's got 2 or 3 tubes in there. One of them's plugged. And I think they're 3-foot tubes, all 3 of them. And they had concrete over them. Jack Rawls was telling me he was one of them. They did all that back in the day. And Bob Jackson was in there. But you can't even get across it now. I didn't even try.
I know Mark called me and I called Seth and they met because Mark wanted to move some cattle and he was afraid to go across it.
Well, to get back in there on the one deal, yeah. Yeah, because they get their cattle.
This has been probably last fall. It's
It's
been a while.
You can't even cross. You can't get across it now at all. Even with a tractor, you can't get across. And then I got another bridge down there past Floyd Bowdridge's, a little wooden bridge. They need to do something like they did on Potter Highway. One of them tubes with the concrete on the sides.
That little wooden bridge just past Floyd's bridge.
There's a gas line or something runs along there too. I mean, somebody's gonna go off of them. I see them Jeep caravans. I was doing the snow the other night. About 10 or 12 of them come running down through there.
Not changing subject, but talking about townships. Does Roland have a policy where, like, the coyote hunters tear up a road? Do you make them, or 4-wheeler clubs? Do you make them?
I can't catch them.
Oh, you can't catch them. About catching them.
No.
We had an issue with somebody this morning. Was it you that brought it up? Somebody brought it up.
I talked to the sheriff department. Patrol down there on Friday and Saturday nights. Because just right down there by Ed Grapes, there's 15, 20 tires they done dumped off down there and TVs. I got to pick all that stuff up. I just haven't done it yet. I'm waiting for them to tell me if they take the tires.
I bet that's coming out of Leavenworth County.
Well, a lot of it does. I told Larry, I said, go down there and come in from Leavenworth County and catch them. They see you coming downhill, they take off to Leavenworth County.
Yeah, it's about a nonstop dump. You go down to our farm, look up, all you see is trash.
Well, I got an incident the other day, and you probably heard about it. They gave him 2 weeks to clean it up. They ain't cleaned up.
I hadn't heard that.
So, and he was township trustee for 14 years. And he's dumping trash. Got caught. They ain't done nothing to him. I've learned a long time ago, you get in trouble, hit them in the pocketbook, they won't do it again. So, but anyway, that's what I had. I helped the county out the other day. I opened the Potter Road up for them. It was drifted shut. So I don't know if he just doesn't have enough help or what, but
Roads to get over probably just wasn't there at the time.
well, I hear now he's only got 2 road grader guys. Is that right?
No. We had a couple trucks down to go back up this road.
You mean grader.
Grader.
Oh, grader.
I think we have 4 patrols and we have 3 grader operators.
3?
I believe.
Okay. Well, anyway, I helped him out. I opened him up. I opened your road up down through there. I had to go down there last night, Grapes. Open her road back up and pull the guy out. So, it's just a nasty winter so far.
Yeah.
Where they put the new tube in down there, You know, my feelings toward it too ain't long ago. Because the rock is falling off the end of
West
the
of
tube,
Overge's home place.
down there by Judy Gilmore's.
Yeah.
And I talked to him the other day, he said they're at 230th and River Road, he's gonna put some concrete blocks in there and fix that up. I talked to Zeph about that the other day, when I went in and ordered some stuff for Johnson breads and stuff. Plateau or whatever now they say is what gets that stuff.
Well, let us look into it, Greg, and we'll get something, get back to you.
Okay.
Especially those bridges in it. So.
Well, it's just, you know, sooner or later, they gotta, you know, I'm just thinking of you guys, you know, somebody slide off this ice and go down in there. But I have talked with KCP&L on the gas line on there. I mean, you can look at it sometime, all the coating's off that pipe. And I told them I'd put tubes in on the road. And it's like, do what you can do. And nobody, they didn't come very many deeper or nothing.
Yeah. Well, thanks a lot for the input.
All right.
Wes, I'm sorry. Have we had a chance to review the minutes?
Yes.
I entertain a motion to approve.
Also move. I'll second it, Chairman.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, I should be ready to vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 3-0. Commissioner comments and committee reports.
I had a NECAP meeting Thursday evening. Things are going okay. Done a lot of board training. Nothing new to report.
I had a crown come off, so I didn't make my project concern meeting, but I have a adult meeting Thursday, JCAP adult in Atchison.
Okay, I was at the new commissioners orientation in Topeka for last Thursday and Friday. A lot of good information, a lot of new commissioners of the state. Great working with people, listening to people, meeting new people. It was, I have a whole list of things that I'm pretty excited about, so that's all I have. Reports of elected officials and department heads. I guess you don't have any. Wes, you want to come up?
Okay. I have 2 POs today. The first PO is for the replacement water line out the rescue recycle building. It is leaking somewhere under the building and we're not able to get to it. So we need to run a new water line to the building and abandon the old water line. We've had a quote done by Tate Plumbing to run the new 50-foot water line to the building, just to the south side of the building, and to replace it with, and then we will abandon all the water line on the north side of the building so we don't have to heat that side anymore, which will save us quite a bit amount of money throughout the winter, not heating the whole north half of that building. So the quote was from Tate Plumbing for the total of $3,446.82. I just need to have you guys approve it.
I understand that you try to do it internally. And
yeah, we weren't able to do it internally.
Because of the boring.
Yep.
It's a pretty good sized project. So.
Yep.
Well, the chair would entertain a motion to approve the purchase order to Tate Plumbing for $3,446.82.
I so move, Mr. Chairman.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Passes 3-0.
Ready for the second one?
Yep.
Okay, the second PO is for CIC Computer Information Concept, which is the county's accounting software that we use in every office across the county. The renewal is for $57,370. That does our support and maintenance for the 2019 year.
Sounds like a lot of money, but boy, we get a lot of use out of it. Makes us
We
more
have
efficient.
support calls every day with them. So
Everybody uses it.
we use our support, and every office uses the software. So it used to be separated. Some offices use one kind of software, and other offices use the other software. Now it's across the board, one software for the whole county.
Is that updates included in that?
Yes. Yeah, so we'll never have to buy new software ever again. That one gets updated every year with what we want it to be updated with.
Well, the chair will entertain a motion for the vendor's CIC for the 2019 support and maintenance. Peopleware contract for $57,370.
Also move.
I second that, Mr. Chairman.
It's been moved and seconded. Do you have any further discussion? Hearing none, I assume you're ready to vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion passes 3-0. Anything else, Russ?
That's all I have at this time.
Go ahead. Ice storm tonight, or is it still going?
Yes, this afternoon into this evening. It'll start as rain, which we're getting now, and we'll switch over to freezing precipitation and then switch over to snow finally. So the commute tonight could be very slick for some people.
Yeah.
So schools, a lot of the schools actually have let out around here. All the rural schools to the west and south of us let out for early dismissal.
These, do they need to be signed by Jack?
I mean,
Just, okay. Just want to double check.
All right, we'll copy this too. So be careful when you drive home tonight.
It'll be earlier than most of the employees. So.
On the side, different question. Are you still kind of monitoring our social media policy?
Yes.
You're watching that?
And we had a discussion at our, we went over the policy again at our last department head meeting, which was last Wednesday.
Everybody's aware.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Thanks, boss.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Seth, you want to come up?
Pat, have you had a chance to see these?
No, I've not. Shit, I'm shooting at you.
Okay, so what
Greg had a couple things before I remember. Do you want to write those down? One of them is a gas line down by Lavelle.
I've seen
Oh, you sent it in there too?
I haven't seen it yet. I've just finished typing it.
Laverne Wolf or Lavelle Wolf or something like that.
So that's it. Was this gas line that you emailed me about? There was that one,
Yes.
and then there was another.
Then there was the tube down by Boulder just led long enough, and you told me you was going to put some blocks or something on it. The bridge down, the low water bridge at Wentz's, nobody can go across it now. The low water crossing bridge.
Down on River Road?
No, down there by Services Quarry. You know, you met with Mark. And
okay. Yeah, that one.
he said you can't even pass with there with a tractor.
Okay.
And then the bridge, that little wooden bridge, white, straight. Well, I don't know what direction I get on the bottom. I get mixed up. About 150 feet from the Floyd Bouldridge Bridge, going my direction, that wooden bridge. He said that's getting dilapidated in bad shape. And then there was another bridge that has no guardrail on. He's afraid somebody's going to slide off. And that was down at
It's just down here by Jackson Park.
Jackson Park and Thomas, I believe he mentioned.
If you guys
Easy
all
mail.
just email to me, I'll look into them all. So, what I have is a contract for engineering services for Swab Eaton to design a bridge for the 2020 off-system bridge project. I got another copy here. I believe we have one, and then you said you wanted 2 copies to sign.
You sent us one on our email. So
You should have that copy I left this morning, and then this is just another copy, so we can have both of them signed. This is for $55,400 for their services.
The chair will entertain a motion for engineering services for Swab Eaton for $55,400.
I have one question. Is there going to be any easement have to be purchased before we sign off on this?
I'm sure there will be.
Should we be getting that before we sign off on this?
This is part of their contract, is to give those right-of-way descriptions for us, so we don't have to do that work. We can contact landowners in that area to let them know if there is a bridge coming, and we will be purchasing right-of-way from them. It shouldn't be much. It should be minors, probably 0.2 acres or, you know, less than that even. Because we're not adjusting the bridge. It's going to stay the same. It's just going to be a little bit wider. More or less, they're just going to need construction easements.
To Bill's point, we always spend $55,400 unless we know the population will give us these.
Exactly.
Well, I'll put it this way.
I think we can purchase an option that would cover us with a description to be described later that would have the purchase price on a square foot basis or something like that. We could do that and even have a price agreed upon at the square footage. When is this due?
So the way this project is working, they basically set us back already 6 months, not us, the state. By the time we did this, they pushed our bid letting up. So we're actually pushing to get this bid out in time. So whether we pay for them to have this done or not, I mean, if we fall behind on this structure, KDOT will push our letting project until 2022.
Could it go off 1 week?
We could do that.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Okay.
We could do
I just
that.
hate to, we just we're in the situation now to spend that kind of money and then.
This is kind of my fault. I need to talk to Seth. We made arrangements for us to meet this afternoon after our meeting to talk. So, and that's the issue that we're going to work on. So, if you could give us a week, I think we can.
That's my opinion on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have a motion or a motion on the floor.
Rescind.
I thought you so moved. In discussion, Bill saying that we want to make sure we have the right of way. And I hear
Some kind
Pat,
of agreement.
I hear Pat saying it needs a week to get that done. So do we pass the motion based upon Pat doing his work, or wait till next week to do it?
I think you could take it up next week. It sounds like.
I'll rescind my motion.
Just table it to next
Okay.
week.
So we're table the motion till January 29th.
That'd be fine.
Do you want these back, or should they stay?
Well, if you want to just leave them in the folder, that's fine.
Let's
I
put
got
them
copies
together.
myself, so.
I didn't know.
Okay, there we go.
I don't want to.
Okay, anything else, Seth?
Other than waiting on lease purchase bid.
Okay, we have some business we could do in the meantime. We haven't. Got my papers here together. We have the bond trust indenture for operating funds for the sports complex in Effingham in the amount of $2,500, which will be their quarterly allocation. So this is a sales tax funded event. I would entertain a motion to.
I thought we already approved
We
that.
did that last week, and that was just the Atchison.
That was just
K.S.A. The Effingham USD 377 wasn't here last week,
Okay.
so I'll make that motion.
Yeah, and you authorize the chair to sign it.
Yes.
I second that, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, it's moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, as soon as you're ready to vote, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Passes 3-0. Then we have an invoice from K.S.A, which is the Kansas County Commissioners Association for membership. It's been on our table for 3 or 4 weeks, and it's for $485. This is an organization that works in conjunction with K.S.A. This supports just county commissioners. They have some annual events and some training. It would be up to us to participate. I would recommend that my own personal opinion, I would recommend that we join the organization.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we, I don't know, rejoin it or we've been a member.
I think we've been a member of KCCA.
We pay the membership fee of $485 for the KCCA.
Is there a second?
Yes. I'll second that.
It's moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I assume you're ready to vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Passes 3-0. Okay. I think that's all I have. I was going to cover those today. KCA membership, sports complex, tape bid, Yeah, so the salary declaration we're going to talk about later. So I guess we got till 1:30 for the bid opening. You want to say anything else about the road cleanup? Or?
I can say safe travels tonight. It's starting to get slick, but we are doing our best to get the roads cleaned off.
I was amazed how much snow had melted since I came in this morning.
Correct. The windy conditions have been a big factor in us getting roads cleared and keeping them cleared. But we're going to continue to do our best to get those cleared. So.
Yeah. I'd rather drive on snow than ice.
100%.
We're ready to have an ice event, so hopefully it won't stick on our trees and power lines.
And the gravel roads are very, very slick today. So.
You know, most accidents are caused by haste.
Huh?
Yep.
Are you here for the bid opening?
Yeah,
I'm with the
exchange back Chuck
Okay.
Swinford. Jr.
Okay.
Your computer's working down there?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Yours aren't?
No, somebody said that the bank's computers weren't working. They must not have been talking about your bank.
No. I just left there. We're all up and running.
Okay. They just said the bank. So. Most people think that's the exchange bank.
They didn't say the only one, or the one.
Well, I guess we have a couple minutes to wait. So, anything we want to discuss? One of the things I learned last week is it's real important to have an updated handbook, employee handbook. I understand we're on the process of getting it
We
updated.
talked about it, I think that's part
I
of
think they're taking part in
their safety.
their meetings there to
Stuff
update
together.
that.
Hopefully we can get that done this year. The challenge is that it needs to continually be updated. Don't let it get 10 years old and update it again. But it seems like it's pretty important to us to have that.
I would probably say, well, we have a minute here that the soil conservation meeting is 6 p.m. Thursday night at the Atchison County Community High School, which I plan on attending, weather permitting. And then Saturday night we have the Chamber of Commerce, 6 p.m. reception and 7 p.m. dinner, and that's at the event center.
We have 16 people from the county attending, I think. I'd like to get to the soil conference. I have to pick my wife up to the airport, so I don't think I'm going to make it. I'm glad you could attend, Derek. It's probably one of us attend.
They may not have nobody showed up. They might think it's shut down.
You know, one of the things that seemed like a big discussion at this at the K.S.A. meeting last week, that most cities and counties are having a reduction in volunteer base. There's less and less people volunteering to help, and you know, I don't think we had that problem with our rural fire departments, and I'm not sure we do.
Keep on that struggle, but even the bigger ones, they're well off.
I think part of that is, you know, it used to be you volunteered, you might just walk up and volunteer and not necessarily have to train. Or now it's more of a commitment like on that. You're a volunteer, but you still there's criteria to meet, and it's harder to just do that spur of the moment volunteerism when there's standards that you have to keep, and so you're not just some Joe Blow coming in off of the street and get
that with a fire hose.
Yeah.
You got to be trained.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on to the bid opening. It's 1:30.
We only had one bid on exchange.
Too high.
Alright. So for the proposed amount, the interest rate will be 4.09%. An annual payment of $51,764.41.
you give me that amount again?
51, 764, 41.
Do I have a motion to approve?
So they'll have a chance to look at it before.
5 years, 7 years,
5 years.
5 years.
Do you have any questions? I'll make that motion to accept.
I'll second it, Mr. Chairman.
Been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I assume you're ready to vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Passes 3-0.
You'll have to get Chuck's serial numbers and VIN numbers and all that stuff.
Yep.
Thank you, Chuck.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Chuck.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Older unfinished business before the board.
By the way, just, that's a little lower, it's 4.29 the last time we did a.
The interest rates have dropped, so at least the bond price. Older unfinished business before the board. Do we have anything? Move on to the county councilor updates.
Did you want 15 minutes executive session before Jack got here?
Yes,
We
we
have
should.
15 minutes executive session before Jack gets here.
Okay. So, just want to make that motion?
We have, is this the template?
Yep.
I'll make the motion, that the Board of County Commissioners recess into executive session at 1:33 p.m. for consultation with an attorney for the public body, which would be deemed privileged in the attorney-client relationship as allowed by K.S.A. 75-4319B2, and that the purpose of the closed session is to protect confidentiality of this discussion, and that the board will come out of executive session at 1:45, or do you want every bit of that?
That's fine.
1:45 p.m. in the commission room, first floor courthouse. Those present will be the 3 commissioners and County Councilor Pat Henderson.
I'll second that, Mr. Chairman.
The moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'm assuming you're ready to vote. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Passes 3-0.
We are, yep, we're recording now.
You can just leave it like that. It's fine.
Okay, we're back in session.
Yes, we're gone.
The sheriff was going to be at what,
And
1:45?
he is outside.
Okay.
I thought he was right behind me, sorry.
Should he be the one that requested executive session? Should he come in and request it?
I think he's going to ask for that. Is this the second one?
Yep.
Oh. Understand you requested an executive session?
Yes.
Okay. I'll move that the Board of County Commissioners recess into executive session at 1:45 to discuss personnel matters of non-elected personnel as allowed by K.S.A. 75-4319B1, and that the purpose of the closed session is to protect the privacy rights of the employee, and that the board come out of executive session at, you did say 45 minutes?
Maximum.
Okay, well,
You could-
2:30?
You could maybe just go half an hour and then extend it if you need to.
Is that fine? Okay, let's amend that to 1:15. 2:15 p.m. in the commission room, first floor courthouse. Those present will be 3 commissioners, sheriff, and Pat. Were you going to be here too? Or, yes, and Councilor Pat Henderson.
I second that, Mr. Chairman.
It's been moved and seconded. We move into executive session. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. That motion passes 3-0. We're now in executive session.
Okay.
Okay, we're back in session and we're going to need some more time, so I'll move that the Board of County Commissioners recess back into executive session at 2:15 PM to discuss personal matters of non-elected personnel as allowed by K.S.A. 75-4319B1, and that the purpose of the closed session is to protect the privacy rights of the employee, and that the board come out of executive session at 2:25 p.m. in the commission room, first floor courthouse, and those present will be the 3 commissioners, Sheriff Jack Lowry, and Pat Henderson, County Council.
I second that motion, Mr. Chairman.
It's been moved and seconded. Assuming ready to vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Passes 3-0.
Back on.
Back live.
I'll stop by when we're done with the meeting. Are you gonna be there? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're just about 5 minutes from being done, unless you got county council.
You have a county council update?
Not much. We had a little discussion about the drug testing policy, and we already do have a written policy that requires any employee who's involved with an accident that results in an injury to any person, the employee or any other person, or any property damage, whether the county property or other property, of an apparent amount of $1,000 or more, is required to submit to a drug and alcohol test, no matter what, whether we think there's any negligence on their part or not. And I did verify that we do have that policy already in place.
Do we need to remind everybody?
And,
Sounds like we do.
Yes, we probably should. I think the issue here, in what we were talking about, was that there wasn't, there may not have been $1,000 worth of property damage.
Well, you had to pull that truck out for $900.
Toll bill was 900 for the 2 trucks.
No, each. 900 each.
Oh, I don't know together.
Each.
Yeah, they were a muffler, so there's $1,000.
No, I think that was the interpretation that was the issue there. Not, but we definitely do have the policy, so.
I don't know if
You're
that's
right.
was damaged or anything else, but
I will talk to Jamie about getting that sent out to all the department heads to remember.
if you're, to me, if you're gonna err is to be more cautious, not less cautious.
We don't want to get crossways of our insurance company. We want them
Yeah.
as our best friends.
Yeah.
We probably should have said that for people that are watching. That has to do with our work comp insurer, which is
Relationship.
Carrot.
Yeah.
And that's a suggestion, if not a requirement, that they've made. So I guess it's a suggestion that they've made, that there be post-accident testing in all cases. That is, I think, all I have.
I've got one question. Is there any nuisance ordinance being, or another round being considered, or?
Northeast Kansas Environmental Services does the investigation on those.
Mm-hmm.
It's been several months, but we did have some discussion and even a preparation of a spreadsheet. I haven't heard anything in quite a while. I'll put it on the list to contact them. And I don't know, is Dennis still with them?
Yes, he is mainly advisory. He's not doing very many calls anymore, but he was at the meeting a week ago Thursday.
Okay. I'll have an update for you on that on the 29th.
Okay.
Okay, what did we table? We want to make sure that's on next week's agenda. The engineering.
Engineering report.
On Schwab Eaton.
Schwab-Eaton. We want to have that on the agenda next week.
Yeah. And we have the wind energy.
Engineering.
Do you want those copies that I gave you this morning?
I don't need them. I
I'd
got.
like to have them back. I'm done with them. Thank you.
Thanks for looking into that.
I got the book and page on them, so, from the Register of Deeds.
Okay, anything else? I'd accept the motion to adjourn.
Also move.
I second, Mr. Chairman.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned.